In a world where loud voices and big personalities often steal the show, Sigma males tend to stay under the radar. They're the quiet, confident types who don't need attention or validation to feel secure. They're not trying to impress anyone. They just live life on their terms, setting their own rules without looking for applause. At first glance, that independence might make them seem distant or even detached. But that's where the misunderstanding begins. Over time, women who once overlooked Sigma males start to realize just how rare and valuable these men are. Unlike others, they offer a sense of calm and presence that doesn't fade with time. They're loyal without being clingy, committed without being controlling. And when they invest in someone, it's because they genuinely want to, not because they need to. In a world full of fleeting connections and superficial attention, Sigma males offer something unique, an unwavering, authentic bond that's hard to come by and even harder to replace. Number 1. Their time is an exclusive currency. Sigma males view their time as a precious currency, one that they spend thoughtfully and selectively. Unlike those who are quick to spread their attention across many people, Sigma males invest their time in a few meaningful connections. This rarity makes their attention feel special and deeply significant. When they choose to focus on someone, it's not just about being physically present, it's about engaging with depth and intention. At first, this level of commitment can be underestimated. Many people may not fully grasp the value of having a Sigma male in their corner until they experience the richness of that investment firsthand. When he gives his time, he brings a level of authenticity and engagement that transforms ordinary moments into profound experiences. Each conversation, every shared silence, is imbued with meaning. This deliberate focus creates a bond that stands apart from the superficial interactions that often fill our lives. As women begin to recognize this depth, they realize just how irreplaceable a Sigma male's commitment truly is. His attention isn't something to be taken for granted. It's a rare gift that fosters trust and connection. When they understand that he's chosen to invest in them, it can shift their perspective on relationships entirely. They come to appreciate that in a world where time often feels fleeting, a Sigma male's willingness to devote his time signifies a strong, genuine connection that enriches their lives in ways they may never have imagined. This awareness deepens the relationship, creating an unbreakable bond rooted in respect and mutual understanding. Women often discover too late that Sigma males possess a unique blend of qualities that make them truly irreplaceable. These men are not about the flashy gestures or constant reassurance. Instead, they offer a rare form of depth and stability that isn't immediately obvious. Initially, their calm presence and focus can seem understated, but as time passes, it becomes clear that this is what sets them apart. Sigma males invest their time and attention selectively, creating meaningful connections based on mutual respect rather than need. Their independence, groundedness, and authenticity may initially feel intimidating, but these traits ultimately provide a comforting foundation in a chaotic world. They challenge those around them to grow, encouraging self-discovery and resilience instead of dependency. Women often come to appreciate that Sigma males don't just fill emotional gaps. They empower their partners to find their own strength. This realization can hit hard when they recognize that not every partner can offer the same level of commitment and authenticity. Sigma males bring a sense of purpose to relationships, prioritizing genuine connections over superficial validation. By the time women fully grasp the value of having someone like this in their lives, it can feel like a missed opportunity. In the end, it's this unique blend of qualities that makes Sigma males not just companions, but partners who enrich lives in ways that are truly unforgettable. Number 2. They don't fill void. They challenge you to rise. Sigma males have a unique approach to relationships that sets them apart from the typical dynamics many are used to. They don't swoop in to fill emotional voids or solve insecurities. Instead, they challenge those around them to rise to their potential. This approach can be intimidating, especially for someone who might be accustomed to partners who take on the role of a fixer or savior. Sigma males prefer to meet others on equal ground, fostering an environment where both individuals can grow and flourish together. By refusing to engage in dependency or to cater to emotional needs, They push their partners to confront their own insecurities head-on. This doesn't mean they lack compassion. Rather, their belief in self-sufficiency encourages personal growth and resilience. Instead of allowing someone to lean on them, they create a space that inspires empowerment, urging their partners to tap into their own strength and abilities. This process might feel daunting at first, as it requires vulnerability and courage, but the payoff is significant. Over time, women who engage with Sigma males often find this approach to be incredibly rewarding. It fosters a deeper connection built on mutual respect and understanding, where both partners are constantly evolving. Rather than creating a relationship based on neediness, Sigma males help cultivate a dynamic that celebrates growth and independence. In doing so, they help women discover strengths they didn't know they had, ultimately leading to a partnership that is richer, more fulfilling, and far more rewarding than one based on dependency. Number 3. They don't rush to impress, making every moment authentic. Sigma males approach relationships with a sense of calm, never rushing to put on a show or to prove themselves. Unlike others who might jump through hoops to impress early on, Sigma males don't feel the need to play to anyone's expectations. They don't do grand gestures just to win someone over or put on a personality they think will be more appealing. Instead, they are unapologetically themselves from day one. And while that might not grab attention immediately, it's a quality that stands out over time. Their approach to relationships feels different because it's real. There's no trying to mold themselves to be what someone else wants. They are just there, as they are, fully present. At first, this authenticity can be easy to miss. In a world where many people wear masks and try to make an immediate impact, Sigma males' calm, steady presence might even feel understated. But as time goes on, their consistency becomes a breath of fresh air. They don't lose themselves in relationships, and they don't expect others to either. For women, this genuine, unhurried approach reveals a person who is there for the right reasons, someone who isn't afraid to let things unfold naturally. Sigma males aren't looking to impress for the sake of winning someone over. They're looking for a real connection, a bond that doesn't need frills or theatrics. And in that steady, grounded approach lies a deep, lasting authenticity that few can match. Number 4. They prioritize freedom over possession. Sigma males hold their independence in high regard, which can make them seem distant or even uninterested at first. They're not the type to cling, control, or constantly check in because they simply don't operate that way. They have a deep-rooted respect for personal space, both theirs and others, and this commitment to freedom can feel almost foreign in a world where so many relationships are built on possession or dependency. To someone unfamiliar with this mindset, it might initially come off as coldness or lack of commitment, but over time it becomes clear that this independence is anything but. For a Sigma male, freedom isn't just a preference, it's an essential part of who he is. He doesn't equate love or commitment with ownership, nor does he feel the need to constantly reinforce his presence in someone's life. Instead, he values a partnership where both people can grow, explore, and even make mistakes without feeling tethered or confined. And here's where his independence becomes a gift. It reflects an unspoken respect for the autonomy of others. Women who get close to Sigma males often find that this approach brings a profound sense of balance and trust. There's no need for power struggles or control, just an understanding that each person's individuality is respected and celebrated. His independence ultimately empowers his partner to be her true self without fear of judgment or control. This kind of freedom, rooted in mutual respect, becomes something that's not only refreshing, but irreplaceable. Number 5. They live with a sense of purpose, not a desire for validation. Sigma males navigate life with a strong sense of purpose that sets them apart from those who constantly seek external validation. They're driven by passions and interests that enrich their lives, whether it's pursuing a creative endeavor, immersing themselves in a new skill, or dedicating time to causes they believe in. This intrinsic motivation means they don't rely on others' opinions or approval to feel fulfilled. They've cultivated a deep understanding of themselves and their goals, making their journey about personal growth rather than seeking accolades. Initially, this mindset can be hard for women to grasp. In a society that often equates worth with social approval and external accomplishments, a Sigma male's lack of concern for validation can feel unusual. However, as time passes, it becomes clear that this independence is not just admirable, it's a hallmark of strength. Sigma males embody a rare kind of wholeness that doesn't depend on anyone else to feel complete. They are comfortable in their skin, confident in their choices, and secure in their identities. This sense of self makes their companionship feel like a luxury rather than a necessity. Women come to realize that being with a Sigma male means engaging with someone who enhances their life rather than completing it. Their relationship isn't built on need, but on mutual appreciation, respect, and shared growth. Over time, this profound connection fosters a deep bond that feels genuine and enriching, reminding both partners that true companionship thrives when each person is whole on their own. Number 6. They're mentally present, not just physically. Sigma males possess a remarkable ability to be mentally present in a way that's often rare in today's fast-paced world. Unlike many who are physically present but mentally checked out, they offer an unwavering focus that can initially feel unnerving, especially for those accustomed to relationships filled with surface-level interactions. They're not distracted by their phones or sidetracked by their thoughts. When they engage with someone, they do so fully and authentically, giving their complete attention to the moment. This level of presence can be jarring at first. Many women are used to partners who listen while also scrolling through social media or thinking about their next appointment. But Sigma males break this mold. Their focus creates a safe space where genuine communication can flourish. They don't just hear words, they listen with intent, picking up on nuances and emotions that might slip by in more superficial exchanges. This depth of engagement can make conversations feel richer and more meaningful, allowing for true connection and understanding. Over time, women come to appreciate this profound presence as a rare gift. They realize that being with someone who is mentally attuned to them brings a level of intimacy and support that few can match. It's not just about sharing physical space, it's about sharing thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities. Sigma males provide a solid foundation where partners can be their true selves, free from the distractions that often plague modern relationships. In a world where everyone is vying for attention, a Sigma male's commitment to being genuinely present becomes a source of comfort and connection that feels deeply irreplaceable. Number 7. Their energy grounds you, not excites you. Sigma males bring a presence that's hard to find. They offer stability instead of constant excitement, a quiet strength instead of loud declarations. Unlike those who thrive on keeping things thrilling and intense, Sigma males provide a calming, grounding energy. They're not here to dazzle or overwhelm, but to bring a steadying influence that has a way of making everything feel less chaotic. At first, this can feel understated, even easy to overlook. Their strength doesn't announce itself, and they won't demand attention or validation. But in times of stress or uncertainty, their energy becomes invaluable. When life gets turbulent, Sigma males are like anchors. They won't waver with every problem or overreact to every challenge. They're reliable, balanced, and unfazed by life's ups and downs. This kind of calm becomes a rare refuge, a reminder that not everything needs to be dealt with in a rush of emotion or drama. They help others find their footing by simply being present and secure in who they are. For women, this grounding effect is something that often becomes clear with time, when they see that this quiet stability is the opposite of boredom. It's the foundation of trust and resilience. Many women realize, sometimes too late, that a partner who can provide this kind of balance is irreplaceable. His grounded energy doesn't just support a relationship, it gives it the resilience to endure anything, making their presence something you can rely on in a way that's genuinely rare and deeply comforting. Number 8. They won't fix you, but will show you how to fix yourself. Sigma males don't enter relationships with the mindset of rescuing or fixing anyone. They believe in personal responsibility and growth, and instead of stepping in to solve problems for someone else, they lead by example. This doesn't mean they're uncaring. Rather, Their approach is rooted in a deep respect for individual strength and potential. At first, this can seem detached or even frustrating, especially for those used to partners who jump in to save the day. But what Sigma males offer is far more empowering. They provide a model of stability, resilience, and self-reliance that encourages others to find their own footing. In relationships, they won't take over someone else's struggles or anxieties, but they'll stand firm and steady, showing how they handle their own. This creates an atmosphere where partners feel supported without feeling dependent. Sigma males understand that true growth comes from within, not from relying on someone else to fix things. They believe in each person's ability to overcome challenges and find their own way, offering guidance only when it's asked for or genuinely needed. For women, this can be an eye-opening experience. Being with a Sigma male means having a partner who trusts them to navigate their own journey, who isn't there to impose or control, but to encourage independence and self-worth. Over time, this approach builds a deeper kind of connection, one where both people are stronger, more resilient, and able to stand on their own, making the relationship all the more fulfilling and grounded in genuine respect. Number 9. They're loyal but not bound. Sigma males are fiercely loyal, but what makes their loyalty unique is that it's entirely by choice. They don't cling out of need, fear, or obligation. They're with someone because they genuinely want to be. This type of loyalty carries a different weight. It's unforced, unpressured, and deeply intentional. It's the kind of loyalty that stands strong not because it has to, but because it chooses to over and over again. When a Sigma male commits, it's a conscious decision, not a default setting, which makes his loyalty feel rare and, to those who experience it, almost irreplaceable. Being with a Sigma male means understanding that he isn't dependent on others to feel complete. He's fully capable of walking away if something doesn't align with his values, which means, if he stays, it's not out of a fear of loneliness or a need for validation. This independence can be both liberating and profound, especially for women who realize the difference between someone who is loyal out of habit and someone who is loyal by choice. Knowing he doesn't need anyone but chooses to stand by them anyway is both grounding and empowering. This loyalty isn't swayed by trivial issues or passing emotions. He's steady, even when things get difficult, and he doesn't let small issues disrupt his commitment. It's an unspoken promise. He's there because he sees value, not because he's afraid to leave. And that makes his loyalty one of the most authentic forms of commitment out there. Number 10. They're not attention seekers, they're fulfillment seekers. Sigma males are wired to find fulfillment from within, not from the validation of others. They don't chase the spotlight or look for approval to feel complete, which makes them remarkably self-assured. While alpha types might command attention in every room, Sigma males are quietly observing, focused on what genuinely matters to them rather than trying to impress others. This grounded approach can be easy to overlook initially, as their value isn't in showy displays or big statements. But over time, it becomes clear that there's a rare strength in a man who doesn't need an audience to feel confident. For women, this difference can be profound. Unlike someone who thrives on constant attention, a Sigma male isn't with a partner to boost his own ego or for social validation. He's there out of genuine choice, not out of need. That's a significant distinction. Being chosen by someone who could be perfectly happy on his own carries a depth of commitment that's rare. Sigma males don't waste time on superficial connections. They're looking for something real, something that adds value to their already full lives. And once women realize that he's not there out of necessity, but because he truly wants to be, they often find it's a kind of relationship stability they didn't know they were missing. His self-assurance and independence become a quiet but powerful anchor, revealing just how rare and fulfilling a partnership with him can be. Number 11. They underestimate still waters that run deep. Sigma males have a calm, steady presence that's easy to miss in a world that celebrates showiness and noise. They're not the type to seek out attention, nor do they feel the need to prove anything to anyone. This quiet confidence can make them seem aloof or hard to read, leading people to assume there isn't much beyond the surface. But that's where the real story begins. Beneath the calm exterior is a depth of character, insight and loyalty that only reveals itself slowly. Initially, it's easy to overlook them, to mistake their silence for disinterest or detachment. Yet as time goes on, their layers start to unfold, revealing a man who knows himself, who doesn't need others' approval to feel complete, and who brings a sense of steadiness and strength that's rare. He won't be the one making grand gestures or putting on a show, but his presence is grounding, and his loyalty, once earned, runs deep. As women start to see past the surface, they realize there's something irreplaceable about a Sigma male's quiet depth. He's not simply an enigma for mystery's sake. He's someone who brings value without needing validation, and who loves without seeking control. Once you've experienced that kind of unwavering presence, it's hard to go back to anything less. Those who once overlooked him often find themselves recognizing, sometimes too late, just how rare and memorable he truly is.